And he's got to fulfill his mission to see his heart. And is their greatest ambition. But he will survive in this world of competition. And no matter what they do, Natty keep on coming through. And no matter what they say, Dready did it every day. Natty Dread rise again. Through the mystics of tomorrow, Natty Dread rise again. Have no pains, have no sorrow, all you see are gone is to fight against the Rasta man. So they build their world in great confusion to force on us the devil's illusion. But the stones that the builders refused shall be the head cornerstone. And no matter what games they play, we've got something they can never take away. Something they can never take away. And this the fire that's burning down everything. Feed the fire. Only the best have wins now. Yeah, no time to be deceived. And this you must know, and now believe. Just as the judgment would not be with water, no water can put out this fire. This fire. I got you. So ride, Natty, ride. Go there, Dready, go there. And if the fire is out of control, panic in the city, we kept weeping for their souls. Everywhere the fire is burning, destroying and melting their goods, destroying and wasting their souls. So ride, Natty, ride. Oh, go there, Dready, go there. Now the people gather on the beach, and their leader tries to make a speech. But this dread again told them that it's too late. Fire is burning, man, put your on wait. Fire is burning, man, put your on wait. Natty Dread rise again. Me say go there, Dready, go there. Oh, ride, Natty, ride. Oh, go there, Dready, go there. We're riding through the storm, cause we're riding through the calm. Oh, ride, Natty, ride. Go there, Dready, go there. Go there, go there. Maram, Yay! Good afternoon from Houston, Texas, United States of America. This is Smart Madu Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International. Good afternoon, people of the world. Yes, this is a second segment. Yes, of our broadcast today. And today I'm going to be talking about the Nigerian youths, how repressed they are, how repressed and mentally poor they mostly are. Yes, majority of Nigerian youths are mentally poor. Majority of Nigerian youths are so repressed. A good number of Nigerian youths are corrupt. They have been infected by the disease, the virus of corruption. That is why they cannot come together and fight for their lives. That is why they can't come together to fight for their now. That is why they can't come together to fight for their future. And that is why they can't come together to fight for their country. Yes, Nigeria is dying very rapidly. Yes, the youths are the engine of any nation, every nation. Any nation that represses its youths Any nation that corrupts its youth, any nation that makes its youth mentally poor, any nation that uses its youth as driver for destruction, never makes it. Nigeria is suffering because its youths are repressed. Nigeria is suffering because its youths have been made blind. Nigeria is suffering because its youths have become corrupted, so badly corrupted. And action is needed. This is an emergency. We now have a generation of young people who cannot feel pains anymore. We have a generation of Nigerian youths who don't see anything wrong with being abused. We now have a generation of youths who actually drive for those who abuse their generation. Yes, who steal their future from them. We have a generation of Nigerian youths who think it is okay for their country to die without them raising a finger. Now I ask, where are these youths of Nigeria from? Are they Nigerian? What is wrong with them? Why is it that they cannot feel pains? Why is it that they cannot see what is happening to their country? Why is it that some of them become part of the drivers of hell and evil in Nigeria? Why is it that these youths of Nigeria, they see their abusers take their children outside Nigeria to go to school? Yes, you saw the display picture I put on YouTube. The picture of Yeson Wike. Yes, the Yeson Wike, the one creating trouble in River State. You saw him and his children and his wife. Yes, outside Nigeria to witness the graduation of their children from a university I bet is in the United States. Nigerian youths see that. The same people, the same youths of Nigeria will welcome him back. They don't see anything wrong in that. Schools in Nigeria are like where they train dogs and rats. Yes, schools in Nigeria are mostly closed down most part of the year because the lecturers, the professors are not paid when they are supposed to be paid. They are not paid the actual value of their work. Yes. So what do the political class, the drivers of evil, the elites in Nigeria, what do? They take their children outside Nigeria to go to school. Yes, and some of them are state governors. Some are members of the National Assembly. A great number of them are members of the State Assembly. Some are political appointees. They have no faith in their country. They fail to invest in education in their country. They fail to invest in healthcare. Yes, they fail to invest in infrastructure. They fail to invest in energy. They fail to invest on all fronts in Nigeria. But they are leaders of Nigeria. How will a leader who has no faith be your leader? How will a leader who has no faith in his country, who has no faith in your educational system, who have no faith in your healthcare delivery system, be your leader? Nigerian youths, you are the problem of Nigeria. Number one problem of Nigeria is Nigerian youths who can't see, or they have eyes, but they choose not to see. They have ears, they choose not to hear. They have skin, they choose not to feel. Yes, they are corrupt. They want to remain ignorant. Your abuser takes his children outside Nigeria to go to school. You come back. He comes back. You call him your leader. What kind of a youth are you? So that is why all that we have been preaching to you have not been making sense to you. Yes, you don't know that you have a right as a human being. You don't know that you have a right as a citizen of Nigeria. Now, look at where your country is. And you are all quiet. The Nigerian youth has a commanding population of over 131 million people. What are you doing with your population? To be trash? To be redundant? To be Okada riders? After you have you receive a degree in engineering? You don't have engineering firms to work. There's no access to opportunity for you to be anything. And you keep following the same people instead of rising up against them. Instead of rising up against them. Instead of rising up against your abusers. Instead of standing up against them. Instead of holding them accountable. Instead of asking them questions. You see their children. You are worshiping their father. Their children will come back from the United States. They will come back from the UK. They will come back from United Arab Emirates. They will come back from Saudi Arabia. They will come back from China. They will come back from everywhere, and you will worship them. After serving their father, you will serve. After serving their fathers and mothers, you will serve their children. Nigerian youths, am I making sense? Am I making sense? Yes. My thoughts about India. I don't know much about India. I know that India is a focused country. I know that India is not abusing its use. I know that India is creating opportunity for their young people. I don't know that if the situation in India is near as bad as it is in Nigeria. India is making a lot of progress, unless you want to tell me something otherwise. From what I know, I have some friends who are Indians. Yes, but I don't see anything. They don't complain about India as much as what we have here. It is. I went to Bombay sometime a long time ago. I don't know what it is. It was a long time ago. I'm talking about maybe around 20 years ago. Yeah, so I don't know what the situation is. But the reports that we receive from India are at least something that we can do it. So India, I guess, definitely will be better than Nigeria. I don't know. India has a lot of programs that help their youths. I have seen a lot of Indians here in the US. A lot of time when I call, I'm doing some business. I'm calling the person who is on the other side receiving the phone is an Indian person. Customer service. Yes, they provide access to opportunities for their people. They negotiate better deals for their people. But in Nigeria, run by criminals who don't have any future. They don't plan for their future. They don't plan for the future of their young people. They destroy the young people. They corrupt them. They make them idiots. That is where we are. And that is why I am making this live stream again to remind the Nigerian youths to understand that they have a right to their lives. They have a right to choice. They have a right to freedom of expression. Yes, they have a right to challenge the system. They have a right to freedom of association. They have a right to self-determination. Yes, the Nigerian child, the Nigerian youth is not does not have any right. Yes, everything is confiscated, and they think it's okay for them to be put in a cup and they're locked up without opportunities. The best they can do is reacting by trekking across the Sahara to get to Libya or Morocco in order to find a way to Europe. Yes, the country is about being emptied. But when they go to their destination, what do? They get stuck there. I know you talking from India. There are a lot of Nigerians in India. What are they doing? Absolutely nothing. India has a huge population of over 1 billion people. And then Nigeria goes there. Yes. And then to go there to do what? They have no business being there. Because the condition, what we have in Nigeria, what we have in Africa, can take care of the whole world. But because of the bad leadership. And who helped perpetrate this bad leadership is the young Nigerians who don't want to understand that they have all these rights that I just enumerated for them. So this is the time for the young people of Nigeria to rewire their heads, to rewire their brains, to start thinking, to start asking questions. Yes, we have a culture that represses us. That culture is bad. Am I from that culture? I'm speaking. That a culture where the elder has to take everything. No, we're in the 21st century. The elder has no right to take everything in Nigeria. Yes, the young people first, because they are the future. They are tomorrow, and not an elder who is living his life. That is why I'm telling them now, be careful of Atiku, be careful of El-Rufai, be careful of Amechi Rotimi, be careful of all those people. What we need to change Nigeria is to build an organic people's rebellion. Can you see that? Yes, we must revolt. in order to change Nigeria. Another election will not take Nigeria anywhere. Never. Another election will not take Nigeria anywhere. Nigeria is in a dire need for a reset. Nigerians, young people especially, should not be listening to Atiku. Atiku is a spent force. Yes, he's almost over 80 years old. He has absolutely nothing to give. He cannot make a choice for a future that he's not going to be part of. El-Rufai is a terrorist. That Nigeria is suffering today is partly because of what El-Rufai did. He was one of those who imported terrorists into Nigeria to destabilize Nigeria for Buhari, his brother. So he's a no-no. He belongs to prison. Another Bola Tinubu is bullshit. So Nigerian young people, why can't you unite? Yes, what is this that is holding you from coming together? They infected you with the spirit of tribalism. What has tribalism helped you to do? Tell me, who is benefiting from tribalism today? You are a Yoruba man today, a foolish idiot, a goat, a barbaric animal. We don't know anything about his origin. Beyond that, they say it's Yoruba. We are not even sure if it's Yoruba. You are lining behind them because it's Yoruba. You are suffering the most. Isn't it time you came out to say, let us be Nigerians. Let us come together. Build a bridge across Nigeria. A bridge of a new generation. Yes, with a new tribe. Yeah, their tribe shall be open Nigeria with free, fair, equal, unlimited, and unconditional access to opportunity to grow and develop and to progress and prosper according to abilities and levels of competency in a non-threatening environment for the benefit of everybody, and something that should be replicated from generation to generation. That is how nations grow. That is how America became great. Yes, I am here speaking to you from the United States. That is how America became great. Yes, America is about what you have in your head. Yes, that is your tribe. What you have in your head. What difference can you bring when you are employed in an organization? Not what language you speak, not what you eat, not how you dress, not your religion. Your religion takes you nowhere here if you don't have anything in your brain. And that is contrary to what is happening in Nigeria. We have used religion, we have used tribe, we have used nepotism that led us to where? This grave that we are about to all enter. En masse, genocide. Yes, we let blood because of tribalism. 5 million people died after that foolishness. Yes, perpetrated by some idiots. Now, whose descendants are still holding Nigeria captive. Why can't we escape from this trip? Why can't your generation, this young generation of Nigerians, why can't your generation be the generation that said enough is enough? Why can't your generation be that generation that said we have had enough? Why can't your generation be that generation that decided to point Nigeria in a different direction from the hell it is right now? This is your call. Why can't you divorce yourselves from these criminals holding you hostage? You see them, I reiterate, they take their children outside Nigeria and they don't take you, they abandon you in a university in Nigeria where it takes 10 years to obtain a first degree. 10 years to obtain a first degree. Here in the United States, if you are a hard worker, you can even have your first degree within 2 or 3 years. If you are a hard worker. Yes. But it takes 10 years to have a first degree in Nigeria. Because of what? Industrial actions. Strike. When the professors and lecturers go on strike, the idiots, uneducated fools who are presidents, the fools who are governors, the animals who are lawmakers, they don't give a damn. Why? Because they have sent their children outside. So if you like, you can strike all you want. Yes, when you are tired, you come back. Was that not what Akpabio told them, some people, that after they protest, while they are protesting, they will be eating. And they were truly eating while you were protesting. When you got tired, yeah, because you easily get tired, you came back to square one, achieving absolutely nothing. Achieving absolutely nothing. When they say youth protest, when you guys come, youth want to protest. You go to the streets. 2 days later, you are tired. And then the few days you are going to be out, you are cooking and eating as if it is a carnival. Nobody, no serious person will take you seriously. Yes. The road to national liberation requires a lot of sacrifices, sustained sacrifices. Nigerians do not have the stamina to sacrifice for results. That is why we are where we are. They are angling for 2027. 2027 on what platform and on what ground? How are you going to get there? With a criminal already positioning himself, yes, to expand the evil that he represents, instead of standing up and standing tall and coming together to uproot him, you are relaxing, following Atiku, following Wiki, following who? Yes, it's not going to cut it. Nigerian youths, get angry. I don't tell you what you would like to hear. The reason is because I love you. And the same way I'm telling you is what I tell my children when they fall out of line. Tough love, truth is the only thing that will set you free. And you have not been told the truth all the time. I am not the one who will tell you, pet you, that oh, we should leave them. Yes, when we should, we make that, we do that. But this, what we are, once you are 18 years old, you are no longer a baby. You can be sent to jail when you commit any crime. That is the age of responsibility. That is the age of assertion. You have failed to assert your rights. Yes, I understand that we have problems with parenting in Nigeria right now. Fathers and mothers are not parenting their children. Their children are left to behave wild. That is why a lot of young people are doing crimes, going into criminality. They call Yahoo Yahoo. Yes, somebody, a father will sit down at home. A child that he did not raise right will come and buy him a car. He won't ask a question, where did you get the money to buy this car? He will accept and be celebrating. And when I was growing up, I was a soccer addict. I used to play soccer like crazy. At times, I would bring a soccer ball, borrowed from my friend. And my mom would tell me, no, sir, I did not buy this ball. We're going to have to return it to where you got it from. This is not your ball. I did not buy this one. She will hold my hand, and I will tell her the truth. She will hold my hand and guide me to the place, to the person, my friend, from whom I borrowed the ball. He will say, my son, this is not our ball. They'll take your ball. You are the owner. When I have money, I will buy for him. You understand? So that was how life was. But these days, parents encourage their children to go and do criminal things because they are in a hurry to drive cars. They are in a hurry to own homes. They are in a hurry to get to skyrocket to the moon without doing anything, without work. Yes, our work ethic gone. Yes, our morality gone. Our humanity is gone because of our greed and our crave for earthly things. That is why we are where we are right now. Nigeria has become a country of morally bankrupt people, yes, who don't care about consequences for bad behavior. That is why it reflects on everything we do. It reflects on our children. It reflects on their future. It reflects on the quality of who they become, yes, when they grow up. That is why a lot of people who are older are maladjusted. They can't behave. They can't do the simplest of all things. They can't provide leadership when you put them in positions of leadership. They think to be in a position of leadership is an opportunity to steal. That is why they wreck the country, stole everything. And then they are passing that bad behavior, yes, bad culture to the younger generation. Yeah, the country is in peril, big time. Yes. Nigerian youths, please, it's time we refocus our country. It is time. You are interacting with youth from across the world. Ask them questions. If you have the opportunity of meeting some American youths, ask them questions about their country. Ask them questions about human rights. Ask them questions about how their government run. Ask them questions about how they behave when their government start doing something crazy, not doing something right. Yes, ask them questions about how they go to school. Yes, without some of them not having money. You are from a poor home, but you have a system that works. That even for poor people, they still can go to school without having to come up with money, cough up with money. Some get a scholarship, some have financial aid, some have access to loan. So you cannot say that you don't go to school unless by choice you choose not to go. Not because the system does not provide for you. Where is that in Nigeria? Do you have it? Do you have it? None. And do you think Holy Ghost made that happen here? No. It is human beings. Yes, it is human beings who care about their people. It is human beings who care about their future. It is human beings who care about the future of their country. It's human beings who love their country that make them all those things available. So they provide, for the next generation who will take care of the country, who will defend the country. Yes, you see where Americans will want to die for their country. If you want to send them to hell to go and get anything done, Americans will go. They will go. Because the leadership of their country has provided them a platform to aspire to be whatever they want to be. And a way to say thank you is to do whatever they can in their lifetime, in any position they occupy, to serve that country. Where are we in Nigeria? The leaders we have are those who steal from Nigeria and then bring to America, take to Europe, take to Dubai, take to China, take to everywhere but Nigeria. They leave the place bare. They leave the people hungry. They leave them desolate. They leave them most vulnerable so they can continue to manipulate and use them. And that is where the youths come. They strip the youths bare of everything. They make them most subservient and most vulnerable. They keep them ignorant and stupid. So I am coming here to tell you now, as someone who loves you, to have a rethink. Look at your leader, starting from your ward. Look at your leader. Look at your counselor. Yeah, look at your counselor. These days, once a little boy becomes a counselor, he moves to the city. Before you know it, he buys a house. Before you know it, he has a car. From money that is accruable to the people, money that they are supposed to be using to develop the place, they put them in their pocket. And now you want to aspire to be like them, stealing. That is what it is right now. We have a set of leaders that the only job Nigerian politicians can create is a personal assistant job. Yes, special assistant with no office and without a job description. Yes, that is the job Nigerian politicians create. They don't create technological job. They don't create scientific job. They don't create medical job. They don't create anything because they are bereft of ideas. Who put them in power? You, the youths that I'm talking to. You are the one. Blame yourself. Now, after blaming yourself, come back and have a rethink and say, you know what? We're not going to continue this way. Join me at Open Nigeria. If you are watching me right now on our ideology page, follow us upon Open Nigeria. Join the Open Nigeria Now movement. Let us come together and build that critical mass of critically conscious Nigerians to take on the Nigerian system and take it down. I'm not joking. Yeah, it is only the power of the people that is going to save Nigeria, not by any other thing. The politicians are not ready because they don't have anything to give. A man who has nothing to give cannot give you anything. And cannot lead you anywhere but hell. Let's move away. You remember those who are close to me in 2019, prior to 2019, starting from 2014, I did a survey. When I started thinking about running for office, I did a survey. I handed out money to youths in my place to help me do the survey. Did they do it right? I don't know about that. Did they spend my money wisely? No. You know how much money 500,000 naira was in 2014? 500,000 naira was what I gave to some youths, a youth in my place in Delta North of Nigeria. Let us do this survey. Why? I wanted to gauge the feeling of our people, how they feel about their leaders, how they feel about leadership, how they feel about their immediate environment, and what they project for their future. That was what. So what would that help me? I wanted to gather that data to be able to analyze it and know what would that. Well, they brought me some crappy report. I used it the best way I could. Went into a senatorial race. Yes, in between 2014 and 2019, I was at home over 20 times. Yes, more than 20 times. I was in the air most of the time. Yes, trying to wake the young people in that area up. Yes, I ran the best campaign. Yes, I think the best senatorial campaign in Nigeria. Yeah, my campaign was like a presidential campaign because of the issues at stake. While I was talking about issues, what were some people doing? They were talking about money. When the time came, a criminal, Peter Nwoboshi, who never campaigned once because the EFCC was trailing him. He came out only twice. There were more policemen guiding him than the people he was speaking to. But overnight, what happened? He went and shared money, stolen money from the NDDC. Our money, your money, Nigeria's money, not his money that he made. But I brought my money from the United States, my legitimately earned money, plus some money that some friends donated to me, to support my campaign. I poured all of them into Nigeria. Yes, yes. What did we see? That was where I saw how dangerous a typical Nigerian youth is. You know how many young people took my money and ran with them? Money I gave them to get things done. Even on the election day, prior to the election day, they suggested to me, in order to curb rigging, we should put on use on the road in data, not to monitor from one unit to the other. I gave them money to rent how many buses. My money went away. I didn't see them up to date. Yes, the youths of Nigeria. Look, I know you. I love you. I want you to change. But I hate your behavior. I hate your attitude. I hate your corruption. Yes, your corruption smells. And you'll be worse unless you repent than the people we are dealing with right now. Because this corruption runs in your blood. You have imbibed it wholesale and actually perfecting it, taking it to a higher level. You are corrupt. Majority of you are morally bankrupt. What I saw in 2020, between 2014 and 2019 was horrifying. But I am a Rasta man. We never give up. I ran the race to the very end. Yes. I ran the race to the end. And you know what? That has been the best experience. So you cannot tell me to come home like I did not do before, because some people throw stones at me. Oh, you are talking so much from America. Why not come home and lead us? I came home to lead you. I didn't see any of you. So shut your mouth up and repent of your sins before Nigeria dies. Because if Nigeria dies, you will be the one suffering. My children were born here. A man who did not have children outside Nigeria takes your money, takes his children outside your place, goes to invest that money through his children in another country's economy. And you are not asking him questions. Who is stupid? You are the stupid one, not me. My children are grown. My children, I spent a good amount of their scholarship fund to do work in Nigeria, to fund what I do in Nigeria, to fund the people, to support people. I support a lot of people in Nigeria as we speak. You know, are you aware from a distance of over 10,000 miles? Yes, I am doing what I'm doing for Nigeria. There are people in Nigeria. Where is Dangote? Dangote is making all the money, stealing money through the government child. Yes, what is Dangote doing? Do you hear him say anything about what is happening in Nigeria? He's more focused on exploiting the more. What about all those who own banks in Nigeria? Every transaction you make, they are taking money. It doesn't happen in America. The legislators will stand up for the people to say, no, these banks, they are charging all this. Why are you charging them, charging the people? They will stand up and do what they have to do. And then they will bring regulations to stop those banks from all those charges. What about the banks that uses our young girls as prostitutes in the name of marketing? Yes. They prostitute, they pimp. The banks are pimps. All their executive directors, their owners are all thieves. You see them. You are the ones who worship them. They are great people. Of course, all you see is money. You don't see the source. You don't see what those who with the money are doing to you, how they are exploiting you generationally. No, you don't. Nigerian youths, wake up. Wake up. Yeah, I asked you about Dangote. Did you ever hear Dangote say anything? You hear him say anything about terrorism? It is 6 trailers that they are using to transport terrorists from the north to other parts of the country. Do you hear him? How did he become Africa's richest insider tripping? That is what they do to make money from the government, not their money. He didn't work hard. It's not as hard working as I am. What work did he do? Yes, they robbed you and opened a refinery for him and call it Dangote's refinery. Go and find out who the stakeholders of that refinery are. And that refinery, you'll be shocked. All right? All are in an attempt to destroy the economy of Nigeria and hand it to one man. And you are all looking at that. You are a youth. You can't think. It's time. Now listen to me. If you want to be free as a youth, if you want Nigeria to be free, follow us at Open Nigeria. You hear me? Follow us at Open Nigeria. As you are watching me right now, or after you watch, subscribe to the ONN channel. You see, the ONN channel is a global channel. But the problem of Nigeria has actually distracted me a little bit. But I talk much more about Nigeria now than I talk about other places. Yeah, because there's so much trouble in Nigeria. The trouble in Nigeria is just too much. Everywhere you turn is a trouble in Nigeria. Something got to happen. Something got to give. So we be set free. It is time for us to be set free. Nigerian youths, you are supposed to be the hope of Nigeria. But you are taking a lot away from Nigeria. Why can't you unite? Why can't you see sense in what I'm telling you? Why can't you, after you hear this, go back and listen again from the beginning to the end of this stream to see where I'm coming from so we can gel together. I mean well for Nigeria. My only ambition is to see Nigeria free and nothing more, and put Nigeria in the hands of the right people, those who have the abilities, the competency, the courage, the knowledge, and the exceptional content of character required to lead a country, required to build, utilize, expand, extend, and sustain capacity beyond themselves, and prepare the next generation so they can take over, and this progress will become a revolving thing from one generation to the other. You know how old America is? Yes. And you see where the trajectory of growth of America, from when they broke away from Imperial Britain. You know, America was a British colony. They decided that they didn't want to be controlled anymore by Britain. They decided to build their own country from scratch by themselves. Yes, and for themselves. And right there, they started making progress. And then they rode and become the world's greatest power on earth, economically and militarily. Yes, America became the most powerful country on earth. Yes. Yes. America became the most powerful country on earth once they removed themselves from the control of Imperial Britain. And that is what Nigeria must do. What is Nigeria doing in a British Commonwealth? We are not white people. We are not British people. They don't care about us. They put us together in their British Commonwealth so that they continue to closely monitor us and steal from us. So we have to dissociate from them, remove them. We can do business with them, but not, they are too close for comfort. They created the confusion we have. Double standard. Yes, They deal with various groups in Nigeria. Yes, they tell you one thing in the daytime. At night, they are in Sokoto. Yes, that they know that those people there are not going to be able to oppose them the way people from other parts of Nigeria will ask questions, because those ones are driven purely by African spirit. Yes, the leaders, those ones, the criminals, they call the rogues, they call themselves the northern leaders. Yeah, they have that relationship with Imperial Britain. They tell them what to do, and they are the ones that they put in power to continue to hold Nigeria in captivity. So that has to be broken. We have to make it known to them that they are supposed to be Africans. They are supposed to be Nigerians who must work for the progress of Nigeria and its people, and not be stooges of Imperial Britain that is only interested in what they take from Nigeria. The British economy is driven by money stolen from Nigeria. We have to break that link so they can go and start fending for themselves. The same thing France is doing. It did for over how many years, until recently that some of their colonies are now rebelling. Yes, France was stealing from their colonies 500 billion US dollars every year since the past 60 years. That is what they do. You think those are the ones who will come and solve your problem? They will not. They will never solve your problem. Africa must solve its African problem using African approaches to solving problem. We must develop our own homegrown internal crisis resolution mechanisms, and not the ones created by those who want to keep us beggars. Yes. And then they turn around and say they are giving us AIDS. Can you imagine somebody steal from you what they steal from you, and the person comes back to tell you he's giving you AIDS? Nigerian youth, are you reasoning now? Are you following? It is all about leadership. That is why they are so keen on keeping Bola Ahmed Tinubu in power. And that is why we should resist those who claim to be northern leaders now that are building an alliance, among them, driven by corruption to remove Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If we have to remove Tinubu, which I want right now, not tomorrow, we must come together as a country to do it as a unit. When they say the North wants to remove Tinubu, I will resist it. Yes, but when they say Nigerians must remove Tinubu, yes, I'm all out for it. Because the reason why we reject the proposition by the so-called crazy northern leaders, corrupt and morally bankrupt, those who connived with him to come to power, those who destroyed our institutions for him to come to power. Why I will never work with them to remove Bola Tinubu is because their intentions are sinister. The country is slipping out of their hands. Yes, they are the same people who have held the Hausa people in captivity for 221 years. They want to continue holding them. The Hausa people are rumbling now. They want to be broken loose. And we must all support them to break loose from the control of these criminals. Yes, how come they are the only ones? When they say, put a roll call of the so-called northern leaders, I'm talking about 12 states. I'm excluding Kogi, Benue and all that. No, they are not part of this crazy north. They know what they are. And they are a minority in Nigeria. So why can't we Nigerians come together to overpower these idiots who call themselves northern leaders? They are the darkness in Nigeria. They are the reason Nigeria is set back. They are the reason Nigeria is retarded. In addition to them dividing the country using religion, using tribe. Now, the wind is blowing. The ass or the fowl is being exposed. Nigerians, let's take advantage of this moment. Nigerian youths from the east, west, north, and south, come together for your own good and for the good of the country. Look at all of them who are coming together now to be these good leaders that they never have been. Rufai was governor for 8 years of Kaduna State. What did he do? Over 200,000 people, over 200,000 people's blood are on his hand. And he made a video, 40-minute video, talking about how they will Islamize Nigeria. Is that the person you want to put in a leadership position anywhere in Nigeria. You got to be kidding. Is it Atiku Abubakar? Remember the insult he gave? He said he did not, he only wanted the whole North. Only North can make him president. At 80 years, he still run. He will run many times until he dies. He will never be president of Nigeria. Is that the man that you want to put in power in the 21st century? We don't need any of those people. We need a new page. We need a new beginning. We need a new slate. We need a new chalk to start writing. Yes, so we can write the Nigeria of our dream. So we can build that expandable, yes, an elastic foundation that will accommodate all of us, no matter how much we stretch it, we will still be in it. That will accommodate even visitors, responsible visitors to Nigeria. That is what we want. Nothing more, nothing less. Only you, me, and all of us can make it up. Can make it happen. Young Nigerians, please go and start thinking. You have not been thinking for a very long time. I understand because you do not have role models who guide you. I have presented myself as one, and I'm sure there are many others who are speaking in the same vein that I am speaking. Let's come together and build something concrete for the sake of you and your future and the next generation of Nigerians. Take care and have a good evening. Please, if you just join us today, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at ONN. And if you are following us on Facebook, please follow us on the Open Nigeria page, the ideology page, and then go on ahead and join the Open Nigeria Now movement. That is the platform. I think I can say boastfully that the Open Nigeria Now platform is the most qualified moral platform to stand on to demand for the promissory note on behalf of 250 million Nigerians, including its youth that constitute over 75% of that population. Together, we can make this happen. I love you guys and have a good evening. Bye for now and until tomorrow.